Hey, what's going on everyone? Kurt Singh here with a Master League video. I've put this team together kind of to begin with just for the fun of it. I've used Groudon and Florges in videos before. I've never really had success with Primarina though. I've had Charm and Moonblast on there, and it just takes forever to get to a charge move. I'm lucky to get one move off. I did look at it though, and if you look at PvPoke, it is recommending Disarming Voice and Hydro Pump with Charm. I switched it out for Waterfall because it generates energy just a little bit faster. It doesn't do quite as much damage, but it does do better against Steels and Ground types. So you'll see in this video, even if you get up against a Metagross or a Dialga, you actually do pretty well with Waterfall. It's still resisted, but it's not walled as much as the Fairy. I guess Dialga has some Dragon, so you're kind of okay there, but Metagross, you're just completely walled. So there you can see the first match. I got Precipice Blades off on their Machamp and took them out, and then they just gave up. So here we'll jump right into the next battle, and Kyogre lead, horrible lead. So I switch into Primarina. It is more neutral. Unless they have Thunder, I can safely no shield whatever they throw. So I'm going to call that this is just a Surf. It is just the Surf, doesn't do too much damage. And they bring in a Togekiss. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump. It'll do massive damage if they decide to not shield it. And if they do shield it, that's fine by me. I have and so they let it go. And if they did shield that, I'd still have my Florges in the back. So here, waiting out my timer a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with Groudon, and I think I want to try to farm down here. I'll take this move, farm down, and have some energy loaded for whatever they might have. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they will come back in with their Kyogre. Yeah, and then I can throw a Precipice Blades at them, and then I'm able to switch out into my Florges, I believe is what my plan is here. Yeah, there we go. And now my hope here is I just have to hope that alignment is okay, that they don't have something in the back that is a hard wall for Florges. So here I'm gonna shield up the Surf, and then go for a Petal Blizzard. I overfarmed by one and threw when they threw the Waterfall, just so that they didn't switch out and I didn't accidentally throw it at like a Steel type or something. So they do block it. So now I am going to, I think, shield this one too. I did these battles last night, so I'm trying to remember what I did here. So Surf, shield the Surf, and then in the back they have a Dialga. So this isn't great for me. I do have two Disarming Voices loaded right now, and they actually do a decent amount with the Dragon typing of the Dialga. And as you can see there, they definitely have to start to respect it. I'm almost at 2 more, and I'm going to switch into my Groudon, and take the Iron Head. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to farm up enough energy to get to a move. But I have 2 Disarming Voices now, and as you saw, one does a decent amount of damage. So I throw the first one, and here I'm going to try to hard farm down before they get to another Iron Head. And then I have another Petal Blizzard ready for the Kyogre, and that'll be a good game. So as you guys can see, I'm running Groudon on the lead with Mudshot, Fire Punch, and Precipice Blades. Then typically I'm using my Primarina as the safe switch with Waterfall, Disarming Voice, Hydro Pump, and then Florges with Fairy Wind, Petal Blizzard, and Disarming Voice. And I was surprised it went really well. I did a 5-0 set with the team here. I wasn't recording for the first one. I just kind of, like I said, I was just kind of playing around. And then I won. It was quite a good game, and I won it. And I was like, oh, I should make a video on this one if I can. And ended up going 5-0, so I got the last 4. So here I no shield the Focus Blast, and then they bring in Mewtwo. And here I think I'm going to go for Disarming Voice, either get a shield or get some chip damage. Mewtwo gets to Psystrike so fast, you have to really be careful managing its energy. So here they're at the move. I do sneak a Waterfall through, so I think I'm at another Disarming Voice, but I decided to let it go. I was really toying with shielding and then throwing a move, but here they're at another one already. I figured that they had gathered enough energy, so I blocked that. And here I'm at 2 Fire Punches. I feel like a Fire Punch will just about KO. And if they shield it, great. I get their last shield and I can throw another one. But they do decide to let that go through. Or it's not their last shield, it wouldn't be their last shield anyways. So here they bring in their own Groudon. And I throw the Precipice Blades. This should be getting a shield. They decide to no shield that. And then I'm going to, what do I do here? I'm pretty sure I decide to no shield, and they do throw the Precipice Blades. So then I bank my move and I go into Florges. And I think I call this is just a Fire Punch, and it is. So that's good for me. So now I'm over farming on energy because I feel like I can get as much energy as I can and then throw it just before they get to a Fire Punch. They do block that. Actually, no, I was farming up because I figured that they would go for a Precipice Blades. So I believe I shield this one now. And it is the Blades. So that's good on that part. And then they bring back in the Yveltal, and I feel like I can take whatever move they throw here, whether it's a Dark Pulse or Focus Blast. And they do go with the Dark Pulse. I'm almost at 2 Disarming Voices, so I'm now at 2. So I can throw this, should get the last shield, and then I have another one loaded already to throw. So I do a couple more fast moves, throw the next Disarming Voice, and this is going to do massive damage to the Yveltal. That almost takes it out, and I do still have at least a Fire Punch loaded on the Groudon. I don't recall if I'm quite at Precipice Blades, but I know that I have a Fire Punch. So Dark Pulse takes me out. So now I come in and they're dry on energy, so I do a couple Mud Shots. Gets myself to the Precipice Blades, and I kind of forgot that their Groudon was so low. I did not need to throw the Blades, but good game to my opponent there. This team is actually a lot of fun to play. Primarina is still slow. You see, you really have to pick where you put it in. I was playing a little bit with it this morning before I made this video, and I ran into a lot of leads with Mewtwo that worked really well to throw. You build up to the Blades, they throw a Psystrike just before, I throw the Blades, they shield it, or there was 2 that they let it go, and I was able to switch into my Primarina, do 1 Waterfall, and I took them out. That's it. Like one Blades doesn't quite take out a Mewtwo, but a Blades with a Waterfall takes them out. So here I've shielded a Psystrike, and they're at another one. And I think that I call this one, I let it go, and it's a Shadow Ball. So it does a big chunk of damage again. I'm gonna go for a Disarming Voice here. They shield that. So now I've got both their shields. So at this point I'm content just letting them take me out. They're gonna have to throw, or I would take them up, but they do switch. They do a very nice switch and take me out with a Volt Switch from their Ampharos. So I bring in my Groudon, and I'm like, okay, that's no way that's a Focus Blast, so it's either Thunder Punch or a Brutal Swing. So I let it go, it's just a Brutal Swing. So I feel like at this point that I'm going to overfarm as much as I can and let them throw another Brutal Swing, and then I'll throw energy. But I'm not going to shield this one either. So now I kind of over farmed by 1, wasted a turn of energy there. Go for the blades here. Takes out the Ampharos. And then they bring back in their Mewtwo. And I am loaded up on energy still, so I can shield up this Ice Beam. And then throw a Fire Punch. It's pretty rare that you see a Mewtwo with Ice Beam as well. Most of the time it's Shadow Ball, Side Strike, Focus Blast. And then in the back they have a Melmetal. Actually, I think they led that one, if I'm remembering correctly. So there I wasn't quite going to get to the blades in time, so I switched into my Florges to take their energy, and they threw a superpower, and then I think they decided, well, it's just gonna, nothing that they have that they can throw is gonna hurt Florges. I'm not gonna be doing super effective against them, but then I still have the Groudon in the back once I get them really low. So there you can see it was a 5-0 set. A lot of fun. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you want to leave a like or comment, really appreciate it. Subscribe. I'm going to keep making these videos, having a blast doing it, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Good luck out there battling, and hopefully you can gain some elo. See you guys.